Pentax K1 MK Roman II. The Pentax K1 MK Roman II was launched in March of 2018 with little fanfare. Its predecessor, the K1, launched in 2016 and made much more of an impact due to the fact that it was Pentax's first full-frame DSLR. The camera introduced features that had never been seen before in a DSLR, and the 36-megapixel sensor was capable of producing beautiful images. So why was there so little excitement in regards to the K1 MK Roman II? The Pentax K1 MK Roman II is almost the exact same camera as the K1. The body is the same. The sensor is the same. The main image processing unit is the same. The only changes are an additional processing unit which works in tandem with the main processor, a slightly faster autofocusing system, higher ISO output, and a new handheld pixel shift mode. Are these updates really enough to make it a worthwhile buy over the now cheaper Pentax K1? It has taken a long time to get a Pentax K1 MK Roman II into our hands. It has been almost a full year since the camera's launch, and much has changed in that short amount of time in regards to technology and the overall direction of the camera marketplace. But here we are with the K1 MK Roman II finally in our possession. After spending a couple of weeks with the Pentax K1 MK Roman II, we're ready to let you know if the camera is a good option for those that want to buy a full-frame DSLR in 2019. Hold on, we're in for a bumpy ride. If you've ever used a Pentax camera before, you'll feel right at home with the K1 MK Roman II. If you're coming from any other camera brand, brace yourselves for button and control overload. The Pentax K1 MK Roman II is a really nicely designed DSLR. From the front, the camera looks quite plain and is clearly dominated by the deep hand grip and large lens mount. Aside from the lens release and the shutter dial, there is a small light that sits above the lens mount. If you find yourself in a dark location and need to change lenses, that little light is a lifesaver. The top of the camera is a stark contrast from the front of the camera. Here you will find the main mode selection dial, a small LCD display which displays shutter speed, f-stop, ISO, battery life, which memory card slots are active, and exposure compensation. The two dials that surround the LCD work together in a quite unique way. The top mode dial allows you to choose a parameter, and the dial to the right of the LCD lets you change the settings on the mode you have selected. It's really quite a nice feature that I came to love quite quickly. You'll also see a Wi-Fi indicator light, the power toggle, a light control, ISO control, and the exposure compensation button. Next to the viewfinder, you'll also find the GPS on or off switch. The left-hand side of the camera is full of controls too. Here you're going to find the AF or MF switch, an autofocus mode selection button, RAW or FX button which allows you to switch between file formats or assign a custom control, and a lock button. In the above images, you can also see where the inputs are for HDMI, microphone, headphones, micro USB, and a DC connector all live. The rubber flap is incredibly meaty and seals against the body very tightly. You can also see the overly engineered tilt and swivel mechanism that the 3.2 LCD is attached to. It does a wonderful job of articulating the screen, but it adds so much bulk to the back of the camera. You cannot see them here, but there are lights on the back of the LCD that put out enough illumination to light up the whole back side of the camera.